You know that it's not the one, the town website?
Nope.
And,
I'm here as a private citizen.
oh, okay.
I got a letter from you or from somebody that went to town manager. He explained to me that I could not use the town cable system, town equipment, or my salary to do this show here. So I explained to him that's fine with me. I'll do it as a private citizen. So I am here as a private citizen.
It's not
To do what?
to take our meeting.
To record the program, to record your meeting.
That's what they
You're
do.
that interested in this place, huh? Even though you don't.
Well, you don't bother publishing minutes, so how would people find out what's going on?
We do.
Well, I haven't seen minutes on the town website since last December, a year ago, so when I see them there, I'll agree that you publish minutes.
Why don't they take a couple of our meetings off the contentious round.
Oh, we got those, we got those in today.
Yes, we can call a meeting to order.
Here's one that signs it.
Can you put that back on, Emily, for me, please? Thank you. I don't know what's going on with my eyes lately, but
Age.
it is not.
Ah,
I am not getting over it.
how do you prevent that?
Easy.
You just don't give in to it. Say it's
Your
not,
arm got short.
it's not happening.
Not happening.
Millie and I had this conversation this morning. It's your mindset. It's all in your
It's all in your
mindset.
mind. It is.
If you
It's
say
all
you're
my
old,
mindset.
shut up, you're gonna be old.
Well, I'm right on anyway.
Millie.
I'm not gonna.
I'm looking at them.
Yep.
So I'm gonna check for
Oh,
everything.
there's,
Yeah, I think it's
To
pretty
get
much done.
everybody's full attention. We can.
Are we done?
yep.
That's only,
One.
that's all one.
Yeah,
count.
Yeah, he's
I
that.
think we did.
Okay, the roll call. Rita Richards,
Here.
Betty Roach,
Here.
Judy,
Here.
Richard,
Here.
Linda.
Here.
Okay, we have full board. Approval of the minutes of June meeting. So, Really, you want to read the
Sure.
minutes, so, you know.
June 13th, 2018, members present, Rita Richard, Judy McGee, Linda Jones, Richard Kennedy, and Millie Gallagher was absent. The meeting started at 6 p.m. Minutes of the previous meeting were read aloud and approved. Richard Kennedy made a motion to accept the minutes of the May 18th meeting as presented. Judith McGee seconded the motion. All in favor and passed unanimously. Approval of the accounts payable. Judith McGee made a motion to accept the accounts payable report as presented. Linda Jones seconded the motion. All in favor and passed unanimously. Old business. Parking. We have heard from the attorney who has told us the situation concerning the parking lot is still in negotiation. The parking situation has not changed. The tenants are still able to park their vehicles on the lot for now. Imperial Painting has completed painting the hallways of A and B buildings and has also completed painting the outside doors of the A and B building. This project was funded through DHCD Extraordinary Maintenance Funding. New business. Gustus and Plumbers completed the remaining back hallways of the A and B building that needed to be upgraded with the outside water shutoffs. Scott Chalmers of Chalmers Roof Flooring will be replacing the floor tiles in those back hallways in the near future. Gibco Roofing is scheduled to be out on site the 27th to replace the metal work on the A building. Barry Nadon and Falvey
Ballsy, Tilly.
Tully whatever, to let them. Our regional capital assistance team will be monitoring their work. We are waiting to hear on the credit application that has been submitted for the new mailboxes. Once it is finalized, an order will be placed. Greg Trussell of Plowman Landscaping will be installing the pads and the mailboxes. We have 2 vacancies. Tenant comments. Evelyn Squadrille had questions about a possible celebration since the community room is now completed. The tenants are free to hold a party if they would like. John Squadrille spoke a little more about the parking situation. There was some talk about meeting over the summer months. Normally, the Housing Authority does not hold a monthly meeting in the months of July and August. Rena made mention of a possible July 11th meeting if it was necessary. I will speak more with the chair concerning this at another time in the near future or in her decision in this matter. Before the meeting was adjourned, a vote was taken concerning the taping of the board meetings. It is felt that there is little tenant participation at our meetings due to the taping and placing of the video of our meetings on the town website. Rena will submit a formal letter to the Board of Selectmen with these concerns. Linda Jones made a motion to remove the camera from our meetings. Bridget Kennedy seconded. The board voted all in favor and passed unanimously. The meeting came to an end and was adjourned at 6:30. Happy summer. Respectfully submitted by Betty Bush.
Does anyone note any errors or omissions? Any discussion on the minutes?
No spelling errors, no nothing.
If not,
If not, do you want to tell us where it is?
take a motion for withdrawal.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as.
Okay,
I second the motion.
the motion has been made and seconded that we accept the minutes of the June 13th meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed. Thank you. Accounts payable.
That's a pretty color that green.
Yeah, did you?
How about?
I have a question. I noticed that you paid us for, did we ever get the money back from Narrow on?
No. Oh, no. Completely forgot about that. Who was it?
Her name was Jennifer, I don't know, what was her last name? The woman from Narrow who said that,
I know, I'll find it. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Toledo? Is it Toledo?
Yes, I think
Yes.
you're right.
Okay.
So they owe us money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it funny when they have a bill,
No, of course.
when they owe?
My goodness.
I think we've gotten a lot accomplished. Well,
A lot of what?
I think we've gotten a lot accomplished here within the past couple of months, so it looks like there's a lot of money, but
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
do a lot.
The roofs, everything.
I have
We're moving on.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking through these checks. Okay, we gave a couple of them to Dean on the 18th of June,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't write him another one until,
That's
No,
not,
that's
that's not
reimbursement.
salary, that's
Yeah.
expenses.
oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
those are,
He does my, he
we
has mileage.
we bought stuff that was reimbursed, all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That gets paid separate.
All right. That confused me, we had,
All right. Everybody then do the payouts in the months.
What did Plowman do for $785? cabinets? Is that the
The
installation
the landscaping,
of the landscape?
yeah, he planted some bushes and shrubbery
Yeah.
and stuff.
And then the bushes in the front, little down, and then he
Mhm.
dug out and put,
So I got two bushes out here, yeah, just landscaping.
I haven't
stuff.
looked at the front of the building, so I guess maybe I need to do that.
Any other discussion? Anybody? Seeing no,
I'm looking for the,
no discussion, make a motion, I accept the payouts.
I just moved.
Okay.
I'll second motion.
Motion has been made and seconded that we accept the payouts. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed.
Okay.
Vacancies.
Okay, we have two vacancies. Right now, D11 and A2. D11 is going to be filled. D11 person's going to be moving in October 1st.
It's going to be rented October
October
1st?
1st.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's one vacancy.
Yes, yeah. A2 is gonna take quite a bit of work, but we had Craft Tech come in, they cleaned it all up, painted it up. We have to put new cabinets in. It looks like she may have had somebody come in and replace the top of the cabinets. Like when you walk in, it's like a galley kitchen,
Yeah.
on both sides. These cabinets up here do not match the cabinets, the rest of the cabinets. Now, I was told that her son does cabinets,
Son-in-law.
son-in-law or something, and that's what we're thinking, that possibly, can't say for sure, but this is what we're thinking. They had the cabinets replaced quite a while.
One time?
Yeah.
But whoever, I mean, first, whoever did it, they don't meet the ceiling. They don't match. And then the other cabinets, they put like decals on them or whatever, and like shellacked or polished or waxed or whatever, to the point that they're not coming off, they're not gonna come off.
No.
And
Do we have any
then,
recourse?
huh?
Do we have any
There was
recourse?
so much smoking done in that apartment that it's like embedded in the countertops.
Yeah, oh, that
Embedded.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you didn't answer her question.
Oh, I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
know,
think so.
probably not, with the situation.
Yeah.
So we have to do, it has to be completely done. The floors, there was like an area rather than the living room, and they must have just waxed, washed, waxed, or whatever, completely all around the rugs without ever lifting the area rugs. So it's black, basically black,
Yeah.
all the way
didn't
around,
strip the
and you
wax or
lift
anything.
the rug up, and it's
What's
the tan
on the
parquet.
floor? Wood?
The parquet, yeah.
Parquet?
Yeah.
So what are you having to do? You
We're
having,
gonna just have it taken out and have
Permeated.
the
Everything's
tile.
permeated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, it was
Well, that
disgusting.
happens when there's smoke.
so you're gonna put tile down
Yeah.
instead of wood? Which
Yeah.
probably makes more sense anyway.
Yeah.
That's why it's so expensive.
The tiles.
And then they painted the tiles in the bathroom
That's
floor.
another reason why.
I mean, it was just really, really bad. And see, the past couple of inspections, I haven't even gone with the company that, goes around and stuff like that. And it really wasn't written up
No.
as far as mostly, like I said before, most of the stuff was like a loose refrigerating handle. They didn't
Yeah.
really go into detail and
So
say how bad.
who did the inspections?
Public housing inspector.
Yeah.
And they
They
never,
only
So you
looked
wouldn't
out.
know the floor though unless you lifted it up.
well, I mean, yeah, but the
Yeah.
cabinets clearly were
I don't know, they might have thought maybe.
painting the tile floor of the bathroom. was-
That we were able to get up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were able to get that up.
But
As
I
far
think
as the cabinets, they might
As long
have
as
just
they're not
figured,
falling off the
yeah,
wall
they might have just
or
figured that we
danger or
just had to
anything.
replace
Right.
that
But
section of
Why wouldn't
cabinetry.
why wouldn't they not
Make note of it.
make note of it
I
or
don't
come
know.
to us
Right.
and say,
There's
the
something
cabinets
wrong. Yeah.
I think the short answer is they weren't doing a very good job. of-
Either that or maybe they thought we didn't have that much money and maybe the rest of the cabinets were all right and didn't need to be replaced, but maybe that section there did.
Yeah.
So they just don't match at all. So anyways, the company's out of Mendon. She came out the other day. It's the same group that did the roof, yeah.
Yeah.
and the new cabinets put in it. So once that's all taken care of, and that he's transferring downstairs, so we'll have her apartment.
Now, Maggie is going into that apartment
Yes.
at some point.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
whenever it gets done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
What is the projection? Do you have a feel for when?
I'm hoping for like the middle of October, the latest.
Okay.
So hopefully by November 1st, we'll have a tenant.
Start, yeah.
Hopefully by November 1st, we'll have a tenant in there.
We definitely have a tenant downstairs, we just Maggie, just transferring
Yeah,
her
no, no, but I
downstairs. For
mean-
upstairs by
Upstairs,
November
yeah.
1st, I'm hoping, I haven't been upstairs to see what the condition is upstairs. It's,
Do you normally paint
Yeah.
when somebody moves?
Yeah, oh, you have to,
Mhm.
but especially if they're a smoker.
Yeah.
Then you have to
It's,
clean it.
yeah, I
Usually
think he
sometimes
said there's
crack
like
it.
3 times, three years he
Yeah.
has to do.
Uses, yeah.
Yes.
Three
Yeah,
different
clean it
washes
like
or whatever, yeah, it takes
They
long.
clean everything and paint everything, repaint everything once the tenant moves out to
Okay.
another
And
tenant.
that's the good thing about the tile floor now, because you don't have to worry about the carpet
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
or
true, yeah.
the parquet,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's so much easier.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So that's a vacancy.
The reason I kind of went out of order is because there's any old business to discuss first?
Just the stuff from, let me see here, the mailboxes.
Yes.
Those were put up. Did you see them when you came in?
No, I didn't go that way, but I will.
They're nice, yeah. they're
I'll
very
take a
nice.
stroll.
Yes, they came out really nice. Greg put them in. They finished the painting of the hallways. They did the doors.
Okay.
The roof is all done. They actually
Compliments
came
on
back
the
and
cupola,
fixed
by the way.
everything.
Compliments on the cupola.
And then,
Really looks nice.
that's basically, we just finished.
Now,
But it couldn't be done till the roof was done.
well, the thing is this. so-
This was just finished.
Oh, yes, I know,
Mm.
and my. It's just,
And it has the old rubber band.
Mm.
it has, my husband said that, he says to me, I think they saved the weather vane,
Good.
and they did,
Mm.
which is good,
Yeah.
okay.
It was very simple. You just
Welcome.
pulled it out and just stuck it in.
Everybody-
And hopefully we don't get a real good wind that takes up like a
That's all
helicopter.
it is.
I hope not.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that was, that's all.
Now, they also did a building, right?
They finished, they came back and finished everything for the A building.
It wasn't the same roofer.
Yeah.
Oh, different,
Yeah.
Really?
okay.
Yeah, we have different.
Yeah.
So that's all old business.
Yes.
New business.
Would be. Okay, we need to sign these. These are for Barry. It's kind of, doesn't make too much sense if you ask me.
Well, what is it?
This is, you have to have a board vote for the certificate of completion for the roofing
Yeah.
and for the cabinets. But,
Yeah, because they have to get paid.
right, but it's already completed anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well, who
you
has to
approve it.
pay?
And
Who
that's
has to
been
sign
done
it?
before.
But we couldn't
Right, because we weren't here.
actually, not even because we weren't here, because I could have called us out. Our CAT team has taken over to do the smaller projects.
Right.
So they're the RCAT,
RCAT.
Regional Capital Assistance Team, the RCAT team. They've been doing it for a couple of years now.
Barry and
Barry
Baldy.
and Baldy and stuff. The other ones,
These are
Yeah.
DHCD people.
yes.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay, so any project that's under a certain amount of money, they're handling it. So this here, the roof, which they were able to get done under $10,000, so it didn't have to go out to bid
Okay.
or anything. But a lot of times what they do, or even with the A building, they get a hold of an architect, the scope of the project, then they get the architect, and then they work with their ARCAT team. Then they have it go to bid. They work with bid docs. They put it out to bid. They pick the lowest bidder. They send them the notice saying that they've been approved. as
So
the
we don't
lowest
have,
bidder.
we're not
So
even.
we really don't have
have
any
anything.
say in that if the
Yeah.
project is under a certain amount. So now when we had our audit recently, they were looking for the board votes for a couple of projects that were under a certain amount of money. We don't have a board vote on it because we didn't have to. and they were taking care of it.
Right.
So I think this is more of just like a formality, showing
Yes.
that, so that we
Sounds
can
like
have
a
some of
CYA
it.
project.
Yeah, so it shows that there was a vote taken to approve those. So one of them,
Who has to sign it?
well, basically, it's just a vote. Which
No,
which
we
one is
just have
this
to-
one? To
Oh,
vote,
we have just a
To
vote
vote.
on it?
Someone makes a motion,
to approve
I
the
understand.
contract, yeah, to approve Bella contracting, whatever, Bella, for the roofing project, for the community room, that's already been done.
Okay,
So,
okay. I move that we approve the contract for Bella Contracting. And this was for the community room?
Mhm.
All right.
okay? The motion has been made and seconded that we approve the payout for Bella Contracting Company for the community room. And all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passed.
Okay, and then the other one is, Barry also, he's part of the RCAT team, has put together the different projects. Each year, we're gonna get so much money from DHCD and deciding what projects that we're gonna do with that money. So the stairs are next, October. They're gonna be doing that. We need a new alarm system is the other one.
Okay.
And, yeah, so he put that into the CA, the capital planning project, so you guys just have to vote on whether or not he's approved that, and that's what.
This was the other one?
That's on there, yeah. I don't know if they're gonna have-
Yeah,
they might have-
this is the punch list.
We're actually,
No, actually, this is this is the project, this one is the community building roof replacement and cupola
that's right,
replacement.
yeah, that's right, yeah. Bella.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in both of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, he wanted you guys to take a vote for, because actually, I'm wondering why he's even having us do that, because he's coming out on Friday to have a tenant meeting, if anybody's interested. So he can just tell them what we were gonna do next. All right, well, he's coming Friday. He's put together a list for the next 5 years of projects.
who's coming Friday, Barry?
Barry.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Project's 5 years out. Subject to change.
Oh, yeah.
There was something over here. All right, so I can tell him we can hold on. It said for that. All right, so basically like what it said is, he has to put out a 5-year plan.
Right.
The stairs, but the stairs is one. Claire, did you take it off the table and put it under there?
The paper's here. I don't know what to look for.
Not those.
These are.
No, that's not
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thanks for your efforts.
That's not it. Yeah, so it's, don't worry about it.
we took a vote, so.
Yeah, so that's it. It wasn't anything major, so don't worry about it.
No, Barry has come up with a 5-year plan of things to do, all right? And so what do they want from us?
It's just saying that you are aware of the fact that this is what he's going to put into the system.
Okay?
There's a calculation that gives you so much money, and you have to try and balance out how you're gonna spend it over the next so many years.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't even know what the total
But
was
we
that
don't-
he's given.
Is he's the one,
Part of it's formula funding, and then part of it's like,
special,
yeah, whatever.
special, whatever.
Right. So the roof was one of them,
Yeah,
the stairs is another one. And the alarm system, we're gonna do an upgrade of the whole alarm system. So instead of doing that,
do you have
I
a,
don't know if any.
well, don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it. You know how we had put in before saying that we were gonna try to fix the cable that went from the D building?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so we're no longer gonna do that, because we're gonna do an upgrade of the whole system. So,
this is cable for television?
the whole alarm system.
The whole
The
alarm
The whole alarm
Okay.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about this, honestly, because he's coming out Friday.
Okay.
So it doesn't make any sense, like I said, it didn't make sense to me to have you vote on something when he needs, it's something that, it's
Well,
not
let's-
even anything that we can question, it's what they put in, this is what
I
they're
would
saying
still
they're
like,
gonna do.
I would still like to see their 5-year plan next month, okay? At the
Yeah,
next
we
month's
should
meeting,
have
Yeah,
I think they need
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
at least give us
an idea
an
of what
idea of what they're
they're doing.
planning to do.
I think that's what
Yeah,
we're
so
doing on
kind of
Friday.
a definitive answer.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think it's
Is that what he's gonna do on Friday?
yeah, he's supposed to come out and explain
Okay.
it.
All right, as long as we, as long as
Like you
it's,
said, I mean, like, there's really kind of no questioning in it. Like, these are the things that need to be prioritized here. So that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna, like, if somebody was to say, well, no, we'd rather,
Do something else. Yeah.
Do A, B, or
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this is what needs to be taken care of. The
Yeah.
stairs
in a
is
different order
major,
or whatever.
right? It's
Yeah.
major.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're
All right.
set. All right.
what's this Anastas lock and safe?
We're gonna have the A and the B buildings locks all changed.
Okay,
Okay?
Yep.
For the outside doors. Because, for one, we know of a couple of people that have a key that shouldn't have,
okay,
that's out there, that's able to get into both buildings. For another, a lot of the tenants just put the key in the door and they don't bother to turn the doorknob. They just put the key in the door and pull the door open.
Yeah.
So now,
Oh,
a lot of our doors.
it tumbles it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell them.
Yeah,
Mhm. Actually, the A building has two front and back that don't lock at all.
well,
yeah, okay.
And
that's not very secure.
it isn't. And to be honest,
I
the
didn't
people
know.
in the A building should not be able to get into the B building.
Right.
Or even in different hallways.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're having it all
Different
complete, yeah.
Okay.
They're coming out next
And it's
Wednesday.
only the A and B bill,
Yeah.
not C and D.
Right,
We
because
have
we just
our
get
own
into your own
entrance.
doors that way.
Yeah.
We have our own door, we don't have a,
Oh, that's right, don't have a
Yeah.
common entrance.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So,
So we're getting all that done. So that's one on Wednesday.
That's Wednesday?
Yeah. Thursday, we have a couple of units that need new diverter valves, which we've never had a problem in the past replacing them. They actually just come out and do the diverter valve.
What is a diverter valve? Big shower.
It's in your shower, from hot
Oh.
to the shower. It's in the top to the shower. But in one of the units, when they took the tile out, they found asbestos. So now we have to, this building, it's old. It's old. And it's behind the walls and it can't affect anybody.
yeah.
And a
Unless
lot of
it breaks
times,
the-
right, and a lot of times, I guess in the past, when they probably fixed things there, they just dampened it so that there's no powder breathing it or whatever, but now they have to follow certain things, so now we have to have, Abide is the abatement company, they're coming out to remove that, so it's like, get how much, over $1,000 just for them. Because they're two little units
Yeah.
before they can actually do the diverter valves.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be quite expensive just for
yeah,
those
well,
2 units.
It is what
it
it
needs
is.
to be done.
It is what it- yeah.
We have to do it.
So that's Thursday.
It's not a question.
Is that under extraordinary maintenance?
Nope,
No,
no,
Okay.
no. We switched over to Charter for the computer
Okay.
and the phone. We already had the TV here. We had a little bit of, issues with the phone with them, but hopefully everything's all right.
We've got voicemail on it
We don't need voicemail
Well,
because we have an answering service.
she's not here to pick up the
I'm not,
voicemail.
right, with the answering service. That person there that called, I think that those two are probably just in cahoots to cause problems here because,
well, I called,
and it says no voicemail.
that's
Right,
correct.
because we don't have
But it didn't, but it
voicemail.
also did not go to the,
Because I came down here at 3:30 after I picked up Savannah yesterday. I clicked it up, I put it on, I called from my cell phone to make sure it was on. And then this morning, I called again from my house because I've gotten another call saying
Okay,
it's not
now-
on.
what happened, let me understand this. You went from, you're into Verizon?
We
No.
were into Verizon,
Now
now
you're
we're into
into
Charter.
Charter.
So there's
Okay.
different ways to switch it over from Verizon to Charter.
If someone calls and you're not here,
It goes to the answering service.
it goes to the answering service, we don't have a recording.
No, she puts the answering service on when she leaves.
We never have had
No.
Yeah,
voicemail.
we always had answers.
Answer.
Well, I know no, but you had
You had a recorder.
a recorder before, if you weren't here. I mean, if you were out and about and someone could leave a message,
Yeah, but now with the Charter, it's just the,
Answering service.
it's just the answering service that we have with them. It's the same answering service, it's executive.
but it didn't go to the answering service.
Oh, it used to go just to the recorder, far as we know.
Why, I don't know, but I
It did
just
not go to
know,
the answer,
yeah.
because I am the one, I called yesterday.
Well, if she's here,
I'm here.
and if she goes over to the bank or whatever,
Yeah,
It's like
I don't
Lisa said,
think-
in an emergency, because Lisa Taylor said even the same thing, if there's an emergency, you call 911.
911.
In an emergency, it's 911. To call and say, and Dean today was here, Alt was here, and then I was here till like 3:30 today. The maintenance issue, there was no maintenance issue. If there was a maintenance issue, it would have been, or if there was a maintenance issue, then it should have been brought to the attention of Dean, and it wasn't. And it wasn't brought to me. And didn't get an email about it either. So I think that the response that was given by Lisa Taylor probably didn't sit too well. But in the event that there is an emergency,
well,
then you do dial 911.
Yeah.
that I understand.
Mhm. If I run to the ladies' room and the phone rings,
Yeah, then what happens? And you're not there, then what happens? Where does the phone call go?
call back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
That's
call
what I
back.
do.
That to me is, I mean, people cannot leave a message.
Wouldn't it go to the answering machine?
I mean, I don't put the answering machine on if I'm gonna run to the ladies' room. I don't
But
plan
you
on
can.
being in there
You
very
put
long.
the-
If I wanted to, I could.
Answering machine.
I could
You
put
have
it
the
on.
answering machine.
Yeah, we
You
do.
Just put it on if you go into the ladies.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, why wouldn't you just leave it on? If you're gonna
No,
pick
no.
up.
Because you
Because
can't,
Because-
because,
Pick the phone up when it rings.
right.
I mean, mine's on all the time,
Yeah,
and when I'm
mine is
home, I
But
pick
you
it up.
have a different type of answer machine. If I leave it on
Yeah,
and you call, I don't get the call. It goes to the answering service.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have an
Well,
opportunity
now,
to
wait a
pick it
minute,
up?
there's a
No.
difference between an answering service and an answering machine,
That's
to me,
right.
okay?
Mhm.
An answering service is when you're not here completely, and if the
Right.
call goes to the answering service.
Correct.
But if you're here and you're away from the phone, there's no way that a message can be left.
I've never had an answer machine since the whole time that I've been here. There's never been an answer machine in that office.
You
Well,
can't.
If
I
there was
understand that,
Verizon, if they had If they had voicemail on the Verizon, then that's different, but I've never had an answer machine. I've always, when I leave for the day, I put the answering service on. So if I was to leave that on, when I come in the morning, I have to take it off so that I can get phone calls. If I leave it on, then I don't get it. The phone calls won't ring
It's
through to
all
me.
forwarded to the,
It'll stay with the answering service. They can send me an email saying so-and-so
Well, you know
just
what?
called you, but that doesn't make sense.
I don't like that. I don't like that, okay? The fact is that Charter has got to have a way of picking up messages when you're not there.
But they're not even Charter. Charter's not getting the messages. Executel is getting the messages.
I have Charter and I get,
People.
But you don't have an answering service either though, right?
no, I've got an answering machine
Machine.
that gets the messages.
Yeah,
If the people choose to leave a message.
I have both.
You have an answering machine
I
and
have an
answering
answering
service?
machine and I have Charter. So if I'm on the phone and someone calls me, Charter picks up my voicemail.
Well, I can call Charter and ask them,
Yeah, you can have
right, but we have the answering service.
I
Yeah,
understand.
right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you call here and you're away from your desk for 5 minutes, and there's no way of that for people to leave a message, that to me doesn't even make sense.
Who is Spectrum?
I'm sorry.
that's Charter.
Yeah, Charter.
Yeah.
Okay, I have Charter,
Yeah.
and if someone calls and I don't pick up the phone,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it goes on my answering service.
Yeah,
Machine.
answering machine, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a way.
yeah.
There's got to be a way. I think you need to check into that.
Yeah.
But even if that was the case,
Yeah.
it still wouldn't have gotten to me yesterday, because it would have went on a machine.
Right.
So either way,
Yeah, but it would have, yeah, but at least there would have been a place to leave a message.
What I believe
Yes.
is the person who called thinks that you should have a mailbox, and your mailbox wasn't working. Maybe that was the issue.
Well, it didn't even, no, because when I called, it said, there is
There's
no
no
voicemail
voicemail
on
set up
this,
for this
on this,
number,
on this
that's
phone,
fine.
okay?
Okay.
So there was no way to leave a message, and it didn't go to the answering service, certainly. So
there might have been, it should have gone to the answering
Right.
it
service.
did
So
not.
then
But
you
it
need
should
to call
have.
the answering service and find out.
When I
what
came
they
down here, I,
No, it's not the answering
It's not the answering
service. It would be
You
just
know,
to call and
you
ask
hang
Charter.
what,
Where you hang your phone up.
yeah,
If the I don't answer the phone, it goes in that thing where you put your phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Maybe
put it out
create
by
a
the
phone.
end of the day.
I don't wanna say the code and everything that I have to put in, but when I'm leaving for the day, there's a code I have to put in on my phone, and it clicks. And once you hear that click, you know that it's been connected.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
I know.
So that's what we
Yeah,
do.
I understand.
All right, so I understand what you're saying, but anyways, long-term story short, we have a new thing. We have Charter now. We do not have Verizon anymore.
Okay.
So that's what and for the computer. And it is working a lot better because we had DSL with the
Oh my
Verizon
God.
on the computer, and it took forever, and it just, the flux.
You mean they didn't have,
No, they didn't, that's what they
There's
have
no
here.
fiber optics here?
There is no
There is no
fiber.
fiber optics here.
No,
Right.
You can't get fiber
Anywhere in
here.
town?
Yes,
Nowhere in
you
Upton.
can't.
up the far side in Milford, at the edge of
Remember how
Milford.
you guys signed that agreement with
With
Charter?
Charter.
That we got for $4,000
Yeah,
to have Charter here?
because the town.
Because we couldn't only have Charter, there's no other,
Other
no
than,
option.
other than
So it's like a
a
no-brainer
satellite,
type
you
thing.
can't
Yeah,
have
I
no
somehow
satellite.
think the town of Upton has Charter everything, and they have an agreement with
Well,
Charter.
They
I-
have,
they basically
yes,
said,
a lot of townspeople
Yeah.
were questioning that, and why is it that it's only,
Well, it seems
It's a
like a
monopoly.
monopoly to me.
right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
why,
But
why?
that's typical, of most towns do have a contract with either Comcast or Charter, because, yes,
But you can get,
Could I help with that?
okay.
Right.
We have a 10-year license agreement with Charter, which will expire in 2021, I believe. We are just beginning process to negotiate a new contract with anybody that will come to town. We have a welcome mat at every door that says, please come see us.
Okay.
Verizon has been here. They said, we ain't going to bother with you. We've tried every vendor in the world to get them to come here. So far, there's no interest, and we run back against it every 6 months or so, sending letters out, asking for RFPs, ta-da, 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 and all you hear is absolutely nothing.
All right, thanks.
But we will be renegotiating with Charter soon, and
Okay, so now,
So we have,
we have that. So the mailboxes, the roofs are completed. The other thing was we had the audit from DePace. They came out, I think it might have been July. Okay. Few things I have to question about, and they kind of, the woman that was here too was kind of like saying it doesn't make a lot of sense. Something to do with combis will be in the audit. We were not in combis. We did not have a
I'm sorry,
pass.
I'm
So
sorry.
combis is a website that they want a lot of the state to go through for different types of jobs and stuff like that can be there on just to get the lowest price or whatever. But there was like a big training that went with it, and each housing authority was given like a password or whatever. We weren't even set up. We really aren't even as of right now. So that was like a demerit because they couldn't find a password, but we have not even, like you said, how can you mark somebody wrong for something?
No,
We
they
haven't
don't
even,
have it.
right, so that was one of them. The other thing is, when they want us, when we're recertifying somebody, I've been told by Karen that as long as it's once a year, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be on somebody's anniversary, as long as it's once a year. If I wanted to say I'm going to do the A and the B buildings, I'm going to recertify everybody in January, and then June I'm going to do everybody in the C and the D building, that's fine.
yeah.
As long as it's once a year. DHCD is saying they'd like it to be on their anniversary. So on PHA Network, when I go in every month, close down, I'm going to say, all right, we're in September now, so I would close down August, I would open up September. After I print out the rent roll, you also have a link that you can click on it, and it will show you who's supposed to be recertified for that year, or for that month, for that year. This is their software program that they've given to us. This is what they want us to go by, okay? But it doesn't line up with how DHCD is saying they want us to do it. They want us to send it out, give them 30 days to respond. And then once I get it, I have 30 days to process it, then give them the notice, and that gives them 2 weeks to 30 days.
So that's 3 months.
That's
Right.
basically
Right.
3 months, but that's not how the PHA network is set up. So they will say that you didn't follow that procedure right, but basically, it's not that you're not following right, it's their own software. So,
Well, that's a new procedure.
I don't know how they do it. So
The
he
way
was
you're
saying
talking about, you have to
possibly,
Do it tenant by tenant on
Yes.
their anniversary rather than,
that's how they would
That's
like
what
it to
they
be
have,
done,
yeah.
but it doesn't have to be done that way, as long
Okay.
as it's once a year.
I think it would be easier doing it.
It's a
the
lot
A and B,
easier
because
to
then you
do.
don't have to.
The only thing, like, when I kind of questioned that when I first came in, is because, like, say for instance, you might have a bunch of people that live in here that have been here for a long time, but Joe Schmo might have just moved in and only been there 2 months, so you can't do everybody like that, because then it's not, he's only been there for a short time. But, it's just kind of hard to be able to do it the way that they're saying it.
Yeah.
Things look nice on paper, but trying to actually do it is another thing.
Right.
So he
So
was
do they-
suggesting that possibly when I go onto that link, just pushing it forward 3 months.
Okay.
So that way there, we can just, so,
Do they give you a list by month of who's?
yeah,
Okay.
on that link, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's how I've been doing it, because that's how their software was set up.
Okay.
So,
all right.
then if there's some change or not, but that was one of the questions. Next Wednesday, they're trying to do a centralized waiting list. That's been in the works for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So we're trying to migrate all the information into that, and next Wednesday, I'm going up to Housing Authority, and they're supposed to have somebody come out, and they're gonna try and help us to put everything into the system.
Okay.
Is that,
Good job.
huh?
So then you can bring it all just up on the computer, not,
There's, I mean, I guess, they're hoping that once everything's in there,
So they,
that the people that have applied will be
Right.
able to just go on the website and see
And
where
see.
they stand.
do we not give priority to people who are from town?
We do.
Okay.
Okay.
From town, or if they work in town,
Okay.
or if they're a veteran.
All right.
Okay.
So I think that's that. Nothing to us, anything. Oh. NAG, that was, were you gonna do that, talk about that one?
Yeah, the tenants, had a cookout, and, I guess they lost some meat because they said they stored it in the refrigerator, and for what reason, we don't know, that they think the meat spoiled in the refrigerator when it was overnight.
it did.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
Is the refrigerator bad?
The refrigerator was not working. And then when we took the meat out, threw it away, and went over shelves and bought new meat, we turned it up to the coldest to see if we could get it just to maintain for the day.
Isn't this a new refrigerator?
And it didn't, and nothing clicked on. But the hamburgers were all, really disgusting, the sausages, everything.
Right.
You think somebody left that refrigerator door open? Because when I
Unless
left
some-
Friday, it was cold, and when I came in Monday, it was cold. Like the freezer had the big blocks of ice in it, and when I put my hands on it, there was just like water
Well, the
bottles, in it, the
freezer-
water bottles were cold.
The freezer is like, got ice buildup on it, though. It's not like, it's not
Yeah,
frosting itself.
that's because it's running too cold, okay, or it's running too long.
Or there's not enough stuff in there, because if you run an empty freezer, it builds up, yes.
Yeah.
But it definitely, the door was not left open. I came back over actually at 9, just before the door locked, because I wanted to make sure everything was where it should be, and that no burners were left on or whatever. But I can honestly say that when we opened it up on Saturday morning, it was warm, and they were slimy, and they were brown, and they were everything.
Yeah, but I just have this one question. When you, see, to me, the meat really shouldn't go bad overnight.
If it's not, if it's.
Not
it's-
refrigerated.
Well, not if the refrigerator, well,
If
it
it's
would,
not-
if it's not, if the
if it
refrigerator's
wasn't
not
working.
working.
Hot,
it
it
would-
was hot, but it was
red and
cold.
hot, I can see it was
It-
probably cooked.
It was warm. I mean, it was like you would have left it out on the kitchen counter, the hamburger.
Do you think
Is
it's
it
bad
working
meat
now?
to start with?
No,
You
no,
don't
she
think
just
it's
bought
bad?
it Friday morning.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Well,
mean
yeah.
Well, it had an
Yeah.
expiration date of, sell by Monday.
because sometimes when
So-
I buy something and I get it and it's not right, I pack it up and I bring it back.
But it was pink, it was fine when we got it, and she put it into the refrigerator when she got home from Market Basket on Friday, and then Saturday when we came over, it was totally disgusting.
Is the refrigerator working now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dean put a fan in, or whatever.
He put a
it was.
what?
A
A
fan.
fan to
on
make
it.
sure that all the cold air was blowing down. But it was cold. I mean, Dean even said it. He was like, it's cold. The refrigerator is cold. But I was just like, let's just replace it so that if there is gonna be an issue,
Right.
they're not to
Deep frost
prevent
timer that was faulty and kept it warm.
Mm.
Automatic defrost every so often, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
once a week or whatever it is.
Oh, good, does it?
Everything warms up briefly,
And then,
to
yeah.
eliminate the frost, and then it goes
Yeah.
cold again. So with a bad defrost timer, it'd be like you had a heater on there.
That's what I was gonna, yeah.
I know I use it all the time when I
Or-
come
or
out
it
with my
just
little
malfunctioned
there
that
or whatever,
day.
and
You
it's
could do
cold.
the same
I
thing.
never have a problem with it, but I know, like, right away Maggie starts
I
saying
think you'll find that's what happened.
that we
It's
have to,
cold
we have to,
now.
we have to, and it was
Nothing
like,
changed.
it's just,
Mm,
you know, I mean, it was horrible.
yeah.
And I just was like, I'm going in there and I'm gonna check it to make sure, and it was cold. So that's why when Jean came in, I was just
So,
like,
uh,
whatever.
What's the problem?
well, they would like a reimbursement from the state, which the state will not do. So, right then and there, the answer is no.
How much is it?
Because we went today to risk management, went through all the insurance things, and like, there's a deductible, I know like in homeowners
Oh, yeah,
policy,
yeah.
if you have a refrigerator that's filled with meat and say it's filling and yawn or whatever it is, then you have a deductible and you put that on your insurance because that's homeowner's policy. But the state doesn't come in and say, well, you used our refrigerator and we don't know how the meat went bad, but it went bad. So now we want the money for the meat we threw out.
What are they looking for?
How much? How
I
much?
know, but how much?
Well, $96.60. So, and another thing is, I just want to ask, how are you going to disperse this money back to the people that were at the cookout? How are we going to do that?
Well, no.
No, it doesn't go back to the people at the cookout because we replaced the meat and they
Well,
had already paid their $7. Maggie was the one who.
It was, that was, I had just said like, I didn't know, I came in, it was cold.
Well, I understand
Yeah,
that.
and then it was like, I said, do you think somebody could have left the door open to the refrigerator? Maybe it wasn't shut tight, maybe it was like Millie had said, maybe it was bad meat to begin with, I mean, like, whatever.
I don't think
But when we
on the
went to the
defrost
meeting
timer.
today, she
Not
was
just
talking,
Well, yeah, the thing
malfunctioning.
is, no.
she was saying today, we're not, the lawyer was saying that today, we are not responsible
Okay.
for a lot of things here that like, just not.
Okay. Quite apart from this.
Can I just say something first?
Go ahead.
When they discovered the meat was bad, they should have just marched it back to market basket.
Exactly.
That,
I would have.
they would have done the bidding and
Right.
replaced it.
Yeah.
They would have had you the money back.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Okay.
No, they sold it, but
Okay.
This one here was from Friday night, right? One of the receipts was from Friday night. Okay, so that wasn't when they got it. These ones here were from each one.
Well,
I have no idea how she figured out what was what. I gave her the receipts. I was holding on to the receipts.
Right. My question when she gave this was, okay, the 30 is on here, where's she getting the 3330? We'll go vice versa. So, the hamburger 30. And then there's a 3330, so the 30 is the contract. I don't know how she figured it out.
I just gave her the receipts.
Huh?
I don't know how she figured it out because I did.
Yeah.
I had the receipts.
well,
The whole,
because
the whole thing is, like I said, I don't know. I know that we as a state board just can't say, well, we have to pay for this, you get what I'm saying? Because the hamburg's spoiled in there, we don't know if it's spoiled in there, or, you know.
I think write
It's
it down as a
worth it.
learning experience and we should pay it.
Oh, I think we should pay it too.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you're dealing with people who are living on,
But if,
It wasn't an effort on their part to defraud us,
yeah.
No, I don't believe that at all.
no.
No.
and
But-
you get bad stuff, you walk
bring it
right
back.
back to the store.
Right, and if that was the case, it would have been, but when we put them in Friday, when she
I
got
would have
home from
taken it
the,
back the way it was. I would have taken it right back.
how can you take it back to the store
You
because
take
of a
it right
faulty?
back.
No,
And
no,
it's worth
because of
more.
a faulty refrigerator? You don't take it back to the store.
You don't know the
It's the
refrigerator was
Well, if it
faulty.
was, if you took it out of the refrigerator and it was warm, there's something wrong with the refrigerator.
Yeah, I suspect we may have a faulty refrigerator, and the thing is
The
that,
butter was, the sticks of butter were just about liquefied.
well, then it was the refrigerator, it certainly wasn't, you
It
know.
wasn't that they bought
And
that
the point
meat.
is that what did he put in a new fan?
We just, no, what we did was he had extra fans, we kept fans on hand.
For
So
the
that
refrigerator.
when,
And
yes,
it
for
worked.
the refrigerator.
And now it
It
works.
was cold, if you had him here, he would tell you, the refrigerator was cold.
But the point
He
is,
said, rather, like, we just figured, we'll just put it in so that there will not be any problems.
You don't know
Yeah.
that.
okay, yeah, but see, the
So
thing
we
is,
put it in.
it could happen again, okay? That's the problem. If
Yeah, it's not the
you
fan.
know, does he,
I'm
I don't know
not- I don't
how
put refrigerators
these
on.
things work,
Right.
Yeah.
but just because it cycled and did get cold again,
Right.
is it gonna
Is
get,
it gonna do long? Who knows?
we don't know.
Don't know that about anybody's refrigerator.
Yeah, so.
Well, I
No
think-
guarantees in
Well,
life.
we paid for,
There's no
just the
guarantees
meat,
in
which
life
is
anyway.
$96.60.
Yeah.
What is this?
Where's it gonna go?
It goes back to whoever bought the meat in the first place.
So we better check to Maggie.
Yes, what it was,
Are we paying for the new meat too?
No,
No, just for what they lost.
Well, those receipts are just for the new meat.
that's not meat.
Those are the
No.
new meat.
Oh.
Yes.
Market Basket isn't, because we didn't go Market Basket. I went over to Shaw's on Saturday morning.
And did you go 2 separate times to Shaw's on Saturday morning? Because one receipt was for 7 in the morning and then the other one was for 9 in the morning
Yes, really.
to the same store.
No, I'm just wondering how it got to be $96.
There's a lot of meat there. There's a lot of meat there.
No, on 9, yeah. I went to go get the hamburger patties because we called over there to see if they could make up the patties, fresh patties like what we had bought. And they said yes, but make sure you come right away. So that's when I left and I went and I got that. And then when I got back, Maggie said, I forgot to tell you to get the corn. So it was the corn and the sour cream, and that's why this one, but nothing on here, on this one right here, except the hot dogs was that, and she highlighted it.
So did she send you back again to get, so she sent you back the second time and told you the second time to get hot dogs?
Yes, because I had just
Okay,
left
so
in
we
a
just
hurry to
need-
get these.
Yeah, so we just need to add up the meat and not,
Right.
Is
when it
what's
comes to
going on there,
$96.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the ham, what's the ham rolls?
Hamburger rolls?
Hamburger rolls, okay, so that was fine. So
Right.
you had three pounds of, three quantity beef, ground beef, which was $30.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what else did you buy to replace the meat?
$8.99 the hot dogs.
$8.99 for hot dogs, and what else? That's it?
And this is just what was lost, so really you can't.
That's all you can go by, is what was lost. That's all we can go with.
Now, what else was on here? Excuse me.
You go by what was lost, not what
Yeah,
it cost to
yeah, not the
replace.
total cost of the slip.
Just what was lost.
So then you wouldn't go by that?
No,
Well-
because we're not buying new hamburger farm.
I don't know, I just, like I said, that's why I called you,
I
because
just-
she just went off on it, and I was like, I'm just,
Well,
Gonna give it
but
to
here's, you also had potatoes, you've got lemonade.
Yeah,
you've
but
got
that's
the-
not what she's asking for.
Well, she's asking for the meat, okay?
Right.
And for the meat was that's 15, 15 and 6 is 21, 21 and 3 is 25, and somewhere in that range. $25, $26,
That's me.
plus another 30 over here.
Mhm.
So that's 50 some odd. And the hot dogs were $9, so it's about 60 some odd dollars from what I
Right.
could see.
65.
$64. Yeah. I don't know how she came up with it, because I wasn't involved in it. She asked for the receipts,
Yeah.
and I gave her the receipts.
I'm surprised she's not here tonight, I really thought for sure.
Mm.
Well, see if you can come up with a number that's reasonable here. I mean, $96 is
Well,
more.
64 is what
It's a lot of money.
Is the meat that's for it?
meat.
was the meat that's
Well,
for
they
it.
had the chicken too, but the
Right,
chicken
that chicken
was,
was
yeah,
over
because when she
$9.
started on me
Okay.
about it, no, the chicken wasn't included in it,
No.
because the chicken
Okay, she's got
was
something
in
that
another
is,
refrigerator.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was in another.
She asked me if she could keep the chicken in Elaine Tights or the refrigerator, because.
Well, she's got $30 for hamburger patties and $33.30 that says not on the receipt. What was that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I wasn't involved with that. All I did was I accepted the money from the people, and then I kept the receipts. And then she asked for the receipts back.
Mhm.
And
That's
then
all I know.
she's got sausage here too, that I don't see on the receipt. So that's probably the money that she,
I don't know.
This
No,
is
we
the
lost the
chicken.
sausage.
Yeah.
There was sausages that we lost.
well, she's got here, the sausages were
Chinese
6,
sausage, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Are
there
they
should
on
be
there?
Italian,
Too.
and there should be.
Yeah, they're on there,
Yeah.
so they are on there.
So that wouldn't be,
That would be part of this, that
that
would be part
wouldn't
of
be the
this.
not on the receipt thing
Yeah,
though.
this
She's
is,
got that
I think this is
broken
it,
down.
this is it right
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
724, 30, yeah, that's the $33 plus
Already paid
plus the
out.
hamburgers. Plus
Oh, I
the
put
hot
the
dogs.
already paid because it was taken out of the money from
Well,
for the,
you're not gonna pay for rolls and stuff
no,
like
she's
that.
not asking for
She's
that.
not asking for
It's
that.
all
She's
just
asking
in
about
the
the main-
refrigerator.
My question was just, like, did somebody maybe leave the refrigerator door open? That was my thing, I had said to her, maybe it wasn't shut tight, maybe somebody
I was
was
only here right.
in there and they just
before
didn't
they
shut it
started.
tight. Like you had said, Millie, sometimes people go in and out of this door here and they jimmy it. Did somebody come in?
Yeah.
Well, okay,
You know, so I'm like, I don't know, I just,
I
Give it to you.
think we need to come up with a better number than that. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Can I,
this is the thing, here it is. This is the capital improvement, and this is what Barry wanted you to vote on,
And I told her what to mean.
discussed, okay? Need a
Well, this
board
is-
vote for
this
the
is
record
the-
in the minutes, yes, this is it.
This is the
The
list
5-year
of
thing.
stuff.
Okay. We'll have to table the food now.
Yeah,
Table the
That's
food.
fine.
Put the food on the table.
okay.
What is it?
These are the improvements.
And it's just basically
5-year
the alarm
plan.
system,
Five-year.
yeah. Cabinet turnover as we go
I mean,
along.
it's look at this,
Yeah.
Laundry list.
Yeah.
long list.
Oh, it's a long
But
one.
a lot, but it really isn't, because this is stuff that we've
Combined.
already done.
Okay,
Okay, so it's just the end, it's like I said, and that's nothing there. It's basically just as we go along, if we have to replace a cabinet, you know,
Yeah,
do the
and
kitchen
then
cabinet.
maintenance is
But it's
on.
basically the alarm
Yeah.
system, and it's the concrete, the
The
stairwell.
stairs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'd like to bring something up, my cabinet. Since I was talking about cabinets. On one side, the kitchen is fine. On the other side, when I open the drawers, I open the doors at the same time, it's like they're riding on each other.
The cabinet door,
Right.
drawer.
You look at that.
Yeah, you can look at that, yeah.
And one of the doors doesn't belong to the cabinet.
Did you report it?
That's what I'm doing.
Incident.
I need to write it down.
A lot of times what's happening too, Dean says a lot of times what's happening is that people are getting like down on their knees in order to get back up, holding on to the cabinet and
Oh,
going
God.
like that, and it's
Now
holding the cabinet, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem that we're finding, the cabinets.
Okay.
Well, you have Dean look at that?
Yeah,
Doors are riding on
yeah.
Yeah.
the doors.
Listen,
He'll look at it, he'll look at it. So we're gonna come up with a better figure
Okay.
for the meeting,
Now, what do we need to do with this?
just make a board vote.
We need to take a board vote
Get a
on the
board vote.
5-year plan.
Okay.
So there'll be, our CAP will be happy that we took the vote.
Yes.
Into this.
Yes.
So I'd like a motion from the
I'll
floor.
make a
that-
motion, we make that vote.
It's for a 5-year plan
Yeah.
for our CAP.
Mhm.
So anyone
I will
want to second the
second.
motion? The motion has been made and seconded that we take a vote on our CAP plan for 5 years. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion passes.
This is, I love the RCAP team.
Because it takes so much, you
So
don't have
much
to
work,
bother.
yes, yeah, and they do it.
Is that it?
They do a good job.
Yes, he does do a good job with that. Okay.
That's the new business. Am I assuming that because I'm not for insurance?
Yes, that's it,
Okay,
that's it to me.
it's not for me. Okay.
It's not for you?
No, because I have something to discuss, and I may lose my voice, so it may not be that long. You know that the state wants us to start, actually, as of last September, a no smoking policy. I know that it's gonna run into a lot of problems, but I think the tenants should be aware that as of last September, that we notified that the state would like all non-smoking, period. So, I know there are several things that you have to do, and for the smokers, you have to offer
A
them
smoking
a
cessation.
cessation class, but
You have to offer them what?
Class.
a
Smoking
class on,
cessation shouldn't
yeah,
Great.
Oh,
help them
class?
stop.
yeah, so they start smoking.
Let them know how it's not good for their health. It's
Because,
not good for your health, you have to let them know that it's not.
Yeah, okay.
and
The dangers of
we're supposed to offer
smoking.
that, you need to tell them in advance, because this has to be done. I mean, if we just look at our budget for people who have smoked in their apartments and the money that it costs, not only, to just take care of the apartment after they vacate the apartment, let alone their month. So,
So what are you
And then
looking, what do you want us to do?
is that also going to include that they can't smoke on property, right?
on the property, yeah.
They
that's-
cannot smoke
On
on
the
the property.
property, that's what.
500 feet.
That's what the state is saying.
Okay.
To move everything off, I mean, I don't know if you have to sit in your car or drive down the street. They haven't given us that option. I mean, they haven't.
Doesn't bother me.
Even just to go
I feel
outside.
sorry for you,
In the-
because what's gonna happen
It's
is the
gonna
second
be-
that I leave this place, pull out, they're gonna light up.
we're
And it's
not
gonna be, I mean, we think it's bad here now, it's gonna be worse.
Yeah,
You
but the
know,
thing is,
and they'll be
how
denying,
many
saying,
smokers
we
do
have
we
some really heavy smokers here.
Thank you.
I did that way.
Well,
I
Wait a
I
minute.
wouldn't want my house no
The
more.
D building? C building? I think we're the only building that doesn't have anybody that smokes.
I don't smoke.
I don't think anybody in C
well,
building
you're
smokes.
lucky. So,
Daniel doesn't smoke, no?
No, no. D building,
Oh, my God.
Heavy smokers.
Oh, yeah, in the B building, it's heavy.
Heavy smokers.
It's
So,
cool.
we need to make them aware that this is going to become a no smoking housing authority. That means no smoking on the property. Whether they walk across the street or to Dunkin' Donuts or wherever,
They move the
they
picnic
cannot
table
smoke
across
on
the
this
street.
property. It's just going to be very, very difficult because we're not
Oh,
going to be the
painfully
smoking
difficult for some
police.
people, painfully.
And we won't be the smoking police. So,
When
but
you
it is
guys are not
it is our
smoking police.
job, it is our job to notify them, tell them, and they're supposed to follow that rule. Whether they follow it or they don't
Is
follow
there any
it,
repercussion if they don't? Because then it's senseless to even put it into effect.
well, it's because the state wants you to put it there, they want you to notify them, we have to put up a sign, this is, you see
A no
it at
smoking.
the hospital, this is a no smoking facility. What is so hard about that?
What
So-
about medical marijuana?
Oh, well, you can eat that.
That-
No, I've been told,
They-
I think it was Karen Arles who said, if we have a no smoking policy, that's the way that you get away with not having no smoking marijuana.
Oh, wow.
It's in pill form.
Because it's smoking,
And you
yes.
can get it in
Yes.
pill form and
So they can
and
take it
really
in
is
another.
better.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You lost me.
I
Huh?
can't
You can get it in
Can
pill
anyone
form, she
smoke
says.
marijuana now?
Is anyone smoking
It doesn't
marijuana?
have to be medical.
Under an ounce, you
I
will
don't.
not get penalized
I
by
mean,
the
I
law,
smoke
but
it.
I don't think
Just
that that
in
means
case.
that you can just,
I think it's kind of confusing about the marijuana law, and I want to tell you the reason. Because I've talked to several lawyers, and federally, it's not permissible.
It's true.
It
I
is
think
not
it's
permissible.
against the.
But the state, like the state of
state by state.
Massachusetts says it's okay, the state of Massachusetts approves it for recreational purposes
Mhm.
or for medical purposes. The state of Massachusetts says it's okay. Federal does not.
I understand that.
So,
But that's medical marijuana, that's a completely different issue, I think.
yeah,
But, so how many did you figure out we have?
and in the A building
but they need to be made aware, they have to be. They want it. They said it last year.
So how many is that altogether?
You got the B building?
No, she
Because you have
doesn't.
B2, she smokes, B4 smokes. B2, B4,
B4, down the end
B6,
is,
B9.
yeah, I got 6 in the B building. 4 in the, it's either 4 or 5 in the B building, none in the C, and 2 in the A.
And they're
So
not
how many
smokers.
altogether?
11, 13,
13 out of 40.
And heavy smoke.
heavy.
Like,
It's not like just an occasional, or they go outside to do it, as opposed to smoking in their apartment.
Well, I
The
think we
majority
gotta
is in
start
the-
somewhere.
Yes,
It's
we
in the
will.
apartment.
We do.
I agree.
mhm.
Have to
Totally
start
agree.
somewhere.
Yeah.
But the point is, you're absolutely right. If there is no penalty for
Right,
smoking,
They're gonna do it.
they're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we're not gonna be the.
And we can't put cameras in people's apartments.
Well, no, I
No,
don't
no.
You know, so, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Right.
so it's going to be something that's very hard, because it's hard to put a camera in some, you know what I mean, like, we
You're
can't
not
do
gonna
this
do
stuff.
that anyway.
We can't do it anyways, right, but
No.
like what I'm saying, it's hard to see in someone's apartment if they're smoking in there.
Well, we're not
I
gonna be
fully
the smoking.
understand. No, we will not be the smoking
We
police.
will not, right,
The fact
but if we
remains
enforce a
that when-
policy like that, it's
As-
gonna be hard, if we make a policy like that, it's gonna be hard to enforce it if we're not gonna be smoking police.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
you check
Maybe we could
other,
also,
other housing authorities to find out how they handle it?
I've heard from a lot of housing authorities that they're having a difficult time, that
They are,
they have
they're
tried
doing
it, they've had a difficult time. The ones that have full-time staff, it's a little bit easier.
And then some have the smoking.
But a lot of times they get up to
No, they
court.
don't. No,
Well, they
No.
were.
A lot of times they get up to court and it's,
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna
so
be
you go through
anything.
this,
So
the
they're not gonna
time,
do,
the
they're not
effort,
gonna
and the
do
money
anything
and
about it but
spending
ruin
and
their health,
stuff.
so, I mean, we can't be the health police,
No.
we can't be the smoking police, but I want them to be aware
That it's
that
It's
there
got-
is the
it's
state
happening.
wants a no smoking policy.
I think
Well,
Ellen
Whether we
just did
enforce
it.
it or whatever we can do, they need to be aware of the fact.
Well,
What I'm saying.
the question becomes,
Somebody-
an apartment gets vacated.
Ah,
So
Yeah.
one of the questions to
Yeah,
somebody
do you
who's
smoke?
coming in is, do you smoke?
The guy even said it to Maggie, we're gonna put all this money, about $10,000 into this apartment.
one apartment to clean up,
Yeah.
to clean
By
up
the time we do the
smoking.
cabinets, it was over $5,000.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's not because
No,
of
but what I'm
smoking.
saying is, we're putting all this money into this apartment. The countertop was from the smoking, you should see it.
Oh, yeah. And it's like what I have, and mine is white, and this one is like, there's nothing
The
that's gonna get it out
backsplash,
of it.
which was what, yeah, so I mean, we have to do the whole thing, the floors. That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
It is.
That's a lot of money. And then to put all that money into it and to have somebody come in and start
Is there
smoking
anything
in
like
it,
It's just, no.
it costs a lot of money to rehab and then the next person.
And I think-
Anything that,
Yeah.
like an amendment on it, that if you,
If you're
you
gonna,
know, if you smoke in the apartment with this in place, upon, you know, when you leave, you're gonna be held
Well,
responsible for the
that's-
cost.
yeah,
Well, we know how that.
Well, yeah, but the problem
Yeah,
is,
but-
that the damage is already done. I mean, if you've got, how many, 13 you said?
Well, no, there's actually two that I forgot, so there's
There's
15.
50. So
15.
you've already got 15 apartments
Mhm.
that are going to need to be rehabbed anyway, okay? So how do you say to those people, when you moved, because it
No,
was
no,
not...
I mean for the
well, they
ones that
smoke
are,
in,
Well, it's just like
The
in
new
anything,
ones
if you,
coming in.
if somebody doesn't have to pay for something, it doesn't bother them.
no,
You know what I mean? Like, just like your kids, it's like, okay, you buy your kids a car or whatever, they crack it up, it really doesn't mean all that much, but they didn't put their own money into it, you know? I think it was better, our generation, we had put a little bit towards it,
I'm
work
saying-
out. So there's no security deposit. A lot of them
well,
just
maybe
take
we should
up.
have a security
Well,
deposit.
my
So they're not, it's
point
not
is
affecting
this.
them when they distribute
Just a minute.
something.
My point is this, there are 15 apartments that have to be grandfathered, okay? Because they're already smoking. And it was not against the rules before this.
That's
But
okay.
any
Yeah.
Oh,
other,
that's a way to handle it.
okay? And so they're grandfathered, and there's no way that you can go back after them because it was not against the rules when they came in and all that stuff. But the new apartments, new tenants, then they're liable, I would think.
I would
Yeah.
think.
If we say
Oh,
no
they
smoking,
definitely
that
better
we're going no smoking. So the new tenant coming in, we can say, we're in the process of going
No
no
I
smoking
understand
here.
that. But
Because we don't want to hear, well, Joe Schmo was smoking, how come I
Yeah, how
can't
come I
smoke?
can't
Well,
smoke?
that's because,
You know, so we have to
Rules
let
have
them
changed.
know that
Rules
it's,
have
we're
changed.
leading
Okay.
towards that.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's.
So you were all smiling over there, Emily, you thought, yay, no smoking, it's not gonna come to the walls or anything?
Yes, but there's no smoking in our,
Poor Abby, I've heard her say that it comes up through the vents.
I'm sure that's
it
true.
does, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
Or she-
I mean, I'm a
or-
non-smoker, I wouldn't want that in my house.
Or in the window.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it.
But I need to ask a question.
All right,
That was my new business.
Since I was in,
All right.
Emily has a question.
since I was in the hospital,
Mhm.
my daughter has cameras in my living room, my bedroom, so that they can see if I fall
Yeah,
or if something happens.
it's a good idea.
Is that all right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, that's,
It's a good idea.
that's
Okay.
your, yeah.
She monitors you by her computer.
Yeah, that's a good
all
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Not a problem. So,
So that really needs
so
to make
what,
sure
so
you're
what,
okay.
so what's the step gonna be now?
Yeah, what is the step going to be? That's why I'm bringing it before the board since last year, September 1st was when the smoking policy went into effect, that we need to work on it and make tenants aware that the state is saying there is no smoking. Whether we enforce it and, you know, make a plan, we need to make some kind of a plan. Whether we say we're gonna have a meeting here for all the smokers who wish to come and maybe want to stop smoking, and have somebody come and,
Right, do the class.
you know, do this class.
Well, the thing is, then someone needs to sit down and put a plan together, okay? I don't know who that is, but.
So,
I can talk to a couple of other housing authorities then,
Yeah,
see how
what
they do
they
it.
Yeah, how don't you get some information and see what they
information.
say?
I think Maggie was saying, she called a phone number or something that Stop Smoking Now or something
Yeah.
like that, where they actually gave out
They
patches.
give you the patches.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
and the
so,
whole thing. But the thing
They
is,
might
I
have-
don't want,
They might have some.
I don't want
stuff
them
too.
to say that we have done absolutely nothing.
Well,
So-
I agree. I mean, I think if the rules are the rules, okay?
Yeah.
So we really need to get on board.
Yeah.
It's going to take time,
It is.
and it's going to take a lot of,
Yeah,
I think one, for someone that's maybe smoked 50 years, is gonna be extremely
they're not going to stop.
painful,
They're
right?
not.
You're not gonna stop. So no matter what policy you set forth for them, people that have
I
had
know
lung
you-
surgery and they
Yeah.
continue to smoke.
yeah.
So obviously, it's
Yeah.
it's a hard, it's an addiction, it's a very hard thing for someone to just put
This
down,
is a
someone set it.
long-term transition.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
It
But the
definitely
point is, you
is.
gotta
We're not gonna
start
be the most
somewhere.
popular
But maybe
people,
then, maybe that person, if we have a policy and we adopt it and we stick by it and stuff, maybe that person, if they want to continue smoking, maybe, and they don't like the idea that they have to leave the property, well, then maybe you look elsewhere.
Yeah.
To a
Well,
place
just
that does
something
allow
wrong.
smoking or
Yeah.
something, I don't know.
Or, I mean, go outside and have your cigarette across the street or whatever. I mean, or in your car. I know one resident goes up and because he can't smoke in his apartment, he goes out to his car.
That's fine.
So that's what I'm saying, though. I think that it's gonna force them into a situation where they have to really start thinking about, they're not only ruining their own health, but they're ruining other people
Well,
in
there's
the
no question
building.
about that. I mean, I don't think anybody questions the fact that the secondhand smoke is almost as bad as
just-
firsthand
It's
smoke.
worse.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
But I wouldn't want to smoke.
but, so, what do you want to, so who's,
So I think that, you know, we need to really discuss this and find out
But
what we can offer, the smokers that are here, and come up with some kind of a policy that's reasonable and that we as a board can handle ourselves.
okay. Well, the thing is, why don't we ask Betty to talk to
I'm
other.
gonna call Ellen,
Yeah,
because I
Okay,
know she's.
and let's get some information in,
exactly.
and then go on from there.
And then this is one of the reasons why I brought it up tonight, because I think it's an important thing, and that you all are aware of the policy.
Okay. Oh, well, I think all of us knew that that was coming anyway,
Yeah,
but,
and so the tenants also be aware of the policy, and no one needs to be the smoking police, but say, are you aware that soon this will be no smoking,
okay.
hopefully.
All right,
So do you think that maybe I should post something that says at the next
Definitely.
board meeting,
Yes,
Yes,
those
yes.
who would be interested to hear about the possibility of, that would be good, so they can come and
yes,
address the board.
definitely.
Right.
Because that shows that we do care, and we, you know, will help them do something about it,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
so,
Okay.
alrighty.
That it?
That's it, that's my rant.
Sorry, more added to it.
All right.
For the next meeting.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Extraordinary maintenance, I think.
a second motion.
Oh, wait a minute, wait.
What do we think?
Did you, were you finished, Millie?
Yes, she
Well,
is.
she wanted to know what
Yes.
the extraordinary maintenance was. Did we cover that?
Did we cover that?
We didn't really have anything extra afterwards, yeah.
And, alrighty.
And we don't have concerns from the women here?
From who?
No.
Emily had a few
Anything
announcements.
to say?
And
Claire, did you have anything?
Well, she already asked
Claire was
her
falling
question.
asleep, she was tired. Claire was falling asleep, she was tired.
Her place, you don't say a word.
She's been here doing the puzzle for a long time too.
Yes.
So, yes, earlier today, so.
May I make my motion now?
Yes, you may.
Second.
And then Rachel already did.
Second.